Hello folks and welcome back to another episode of the Race to the Premiership experiment. We've done 6 so far, I believe, and now we're coming to number 7. It is Leicester. This will be the final one in this present series from tier 10 to the Premiership. We've done Man United, we've done Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and Spurs, and now we are doing Leicester. If you have a hankering for another Premiership team to take the challenge on, then please let me know in the comments, but as it stands at the moment, we will be stopping at Leicester. But of course, if you want somebody else, then please let me know in the comments. So Leicester, we started them off in tier 10. We saw them off in the Midlands Division 1, which they've won the league out of 36 out of 36. Then they won the second one. In fact, they've had quite a lot of wins, going 8 on the bounce. Getting the 5th in the Championship, obviously going through the playoffs and finding themselves in the Premier League after 9 seasons, which seems to be pretty much the norm. Only Arsenal and Man City have not been able to do it within 9 seasons, but unfortunately for Leicester, they seem to be going straight back down again, finishing 18th in the table, 3rd from bottom. But anyway, don't need to worry about that. They have gained themselves 8 league titles along the way, which does put them in joint second alongside Liverpool and Chelsea. There's only Tottenham that managed to do 9 titles in 9 straight seasons. Man United finishing 4th on their own. Arsenal in 5th, and surprisingly Man City 6th. But we'll show you the tables right at the very end. But for now, let's have a look how well Leicester have done then. So the first couple of seasons, they did go undefeated. They did lose a game in the pitching in Southern Premier Central, just the one game. But they did score 105 goals, conceding 6. The following season in the Vanarama North, they went unbeaten, which is quite good. And then losing again 1 in the Vanarama National this time. They won the Sky Bet League 2 with 4 losses. League 1 with 8 losses. And Sky Bet Championship, they finished 5th with 10 losses. So I bet Sky Bet Championship seems to be the division everybody seems to be slipping up on, which is not surprising because by the time you get to the Premiership, you've lost a lot of your best players. And you're playing teams that are falling out of the Premiership at that current state. So it is kind of difficult at that point. 7 goals conceded in the league in the first 4 seasons. Scored 143 goals in the first season. Wow, that's quite amazing. Quite a lot of good goal differences. 84 goals in the Vanarama North. Then they got back to over 100. And then they've struggled a fair bit. And they really did struggle in the Premier League. 38 games, 30 goals. That is relegation form, it has to be said, and like I say, they did finish 18th. Let's move along to the finances, and they have got 2.3 million in the bank. It's not an awful lot, not when you think how the other clubs managed to have hundreds of millions of pounds in the bank. They are currently overspending on the wages, and that's probably just to get them back into the Premiership, and obviously they're going to end up selling a few more players. But that's a lot, and £5 million transfer kitty. They haven't got the money in the bank, so I can't see them spending that much. But next season's minimum guaranteed budget will be 48,000, so that's a massive drop, and that's not surprisingly really. I'd expect them to have 480,000, not 48,000. So that seems a little bit weird. They are dropping the wages, I'm assuming. Their committed spending is 620,000, so it's underneath the current budget at the moment. The FA Cup, they're in all the games. They did lose it in the UEFA. They were in the Europa League then. Group F, losing to Standard Liège, I guess that is. Carry on still winning. FA Cup 3rd round, they bat out after extra time, 2-1 to Huddersfield. Still carrying the theme in the cups, Still going strong in the cups. Did they win a cup? They're in the final of one cup, the quarterfinal of the Vars. They get knocked out in the Europa League to, or do they? Yeah, they do. They get knocked out to Lille. Is that? It is. 2nd round in the Europa League. The Midland Cup final, win that 3-0 against Hinckley. And they get themselves into another final, which is their FA Vars, which they win 1-0 against Stowmarket. Excellent stuff. And they don't concede a goal, do they? Just the one goal. Where did they concede? Did they concede a goal in that one? I don't think they did. Right, the following season then, the FA Cup, they start off strongly. All the cups again, very nice indeed. And they bow out penalties to Portsmouth in the FA Cup 1st round. But they're still going strong in all the others. I don't think they've conceded any goals at all, have they? The Midland Cup final again, they can retain it with a 3-0 win over Worcester. And the FA Vars against Avro 2-0. moving swiftly along. They're in the pitching is the League South Central now, which seems a little bit odd. Going into the south and not the north, unless there isn't a north, I don't know. But once again, they start off brightly. Losing the second round to Plymouth this time. Still going strong in all the other competitions. There's not a loss in there. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing, doesn't it? They reached the final of the FA Vars, which they play Avro once again. And the Essex Leagues Cup final, they beat Chipstead 3-0. So the local cup competitions, they are smashing them. I don't think they've lost any of them at the moment. So once again, they build nice. And then they get to the first round once again. Again, they lose on penalties. So it's not extra time, it's penalties. So that's what's done them over the past couple of seasons. But once again, they're going strong in these local cup competitions. Looking very nice as well. The Velocity Trophy final win that 2-0 against Dunstable. But they do bow out to Chesterfield in the FA Trophy semi-final, which is very bizarre. And there's that one loss against Welham Garden, 1-0. Just incidentally, they had a player sent off, but it was a 50th minute goal. But there's no big scores in here. There's a 5-0 there. They beat Welham 5-0 there and they lose 1-0. It's very, very odd indeed. Moving along. Vanarama North. Again, this time they bow out of the FA Cup 4th qualifying round to Port Vale 1-0. Oh my word. So they've not started off very well in the cup competitions. But all the rest of them, not doing too bad at all. They're making the final. The FA Trophy final, they win that 1-0 against Port Vale, seeking revenge from their FA Cup exit. But did they get into the Southern League Cup final, semi-final, then the final, they win that 3-0. So the local cups, they're doing very, very well in. Moving along into the National North then, so they get a few... so they're going through the FA Cup, going through the FA Trophy once more. There's a few draws on there. They lose to York in one of the league games, edging past people in the FA Trophy. Do they not get their FA Cup? Are they not in the FA Cup? They win in the FA Trophy, but did they not play the FA Cup? Did they get knocked out? There's some reason they're not in the FA Cup at this point. I wonder why. I wonder what's happened. Did they not want to play in the FA Cup? Do they not like to play in the FA Cup? It doesn't appear so. They are in the FA Cup there. So that season, they don't appear to be in the FA Cup. Or are they? Build-based. They don't appear to be in the FA Cup. How bizarre. What's happened here? I've got no idea what's happened here, but they're not in the FA Cup. Maybe they've upset somebody. Right, League 2 then. They're in the Papa John's this one as well. Stevenage. They lose to Bristol Rovers as well. Wow. FA Trophy, they start their defence again, I guess. FA Cup, they're in it this time. Third round, second round there. So they lose to Cambridge in the third round of the FA Cup. Papa John's, they bow out in the third round as well. Aldershot this time. They're in the FA Trophy, which is nice to see. And they get to the final, which they win 1-0 against Notts County. League Division 1. Carabao Cup comes into play this time. And they get knocked out in the second round against Stoke. But they're still in the Papa John's, which I'm sure they're loving that. But the FA Cup 6-0 against Clitheroe. Papa John's still in there. Second round against Port Vale. Port Vale seems to pop up quite a lot of time. They're nemesis at the moment in the cup competitions. But they beat Preston in the third round. They're still in the Papa John's. And then they get knocked out by Reading in the fourth round, which is probably a surprise. Who knows? And they get knocked out in the Papa John's Trophy semi-final to Tranmere. So I don't think there's any cup competition wins at this time for them, but they do qualify, which is nice. We're ending the season with a 4 unbeaten run. Heading off now to the Championship, which they do finish 5th in this one. So let's have a look how they get on in the cups as well. Getting past the second round. They're losing the third round of the Carabao Cup, losing on penalties to Watford. Still in the Papa John's zone. Obviously taking that pretty seriously. Going through third round again. They beat Notts County on penalties to go to the next round of the Papa John's. But they do bow out to Ipswich in the third round. And they bow out to Accrington on penalties in the quarterfinals. Again, no trophies there. So they do manage to get to the playoffs, where they play Fulham over 2 legs and overcome Derby in the final. And then they hit the Premiership, and then it's just, wow. They just fallen apart, haven't they? Oh, bless them. After doing so well to get to the Premiership, looks like they'll be coming straight down. But they do have a friendly against the Leicester second 11. But yeah, so it's unfortunate, but that's sometimes the way it goes. But 8 league wins in 9. I mean, they've done well. Like I say, there's only Man City and Arsenal that have done worse. So well done to Leicester. We didn't probably expect them to do it that quickly, though, to be perfectly honest, especially out of the Championship. I thought they might have struggled. They haven't got that squad depth. But who knows? I mean, they've done reasonably well. Right, let's have a look at the transfers. I'm sure we're all dying to know what's cracking off in the transfers. So if we take it all the way down to the beginning, got a Sessegnon from Fulham for 2.2 million, but they do sell 159 million pounds worth of talent. Johnny Evans goes to Liverpool for 10 million pounds. Let's put this in some sort of order. Harvey Barnes went to Manchester United, 54. Oyez Perez goes to Wolves for 35. James Justin to Bayern for 22.5. Kasper Schmeichel goes as well, the goalkeeper. Iniacha goes to Crystal Palace. Johnny Evans goes to Liverpool, I've just said. Fulham do pick up Demarai Gray. There's a lot of players just going, aren't they? It's like a mass exodus. That's really unfortunate. But they still They still go through the league system though. £50 million spent. They're bringing Origi, Shaqiri from Liverpool. Man United, Brandon Williams on £20 million. Although the two Liverpool lads are on loan. Same with Harry Winks there. £15 million on Minamino from Liverpool. So they are trying to still spend big. Ashley Young from Inter, they bring back on a free. Amazing. Right, they do let go of £194 million worth of talent though. £39.5 million for Castagna. Ndidi goes to Newcastle, 39. Maddison goes to PSG, 38. Fofana goes. Tielemans goes. A lot of players are just vanishing, aren't they? How well did Tielemans let's have a look. How well did Tielemans do? I mean, look at them stats. They look very, very good indeed. But obviously not liking life in the lower leagues. 23 assists, though. 8 goals, 5 man of the matches. I mean, that's amazing. That's pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. He did really well, Tielemans. Moving on to the following season. Again, they're still letting go of a lot of people. £59 million of talent going. Ricardo Pereira goes to West Brom. Pratt goes to Newcastle. And Chowdhury goes to Watford. There's a couple of other players there going also. But they do spend £69 million. So a net spend of £10 million. That's in tier 7, I think. Tier 8. Who's their biggest spend there? 28 million on Jack Jenkins from Leeds. Geldart from Leeds as well. So 50 million going to Leeds for a couple of players. Liverpool selling a few players as well. Dalot goes to Leicester as well. 4.9 million. Once again, £61 million worth of talent going. So PSG pick up Soyuncu. Geldart goes to Luton, so he comes in and then goes straight away. Brandon Williams, 11 million, so they make no, I think they bought him for 20, I think, didn't they? And he goes to Atalanta. Did they bring him for... No, they bring him for... Oh, they did have him for 20 and then make a loss of him. So obviously he's not enjoying life in the low leagues then, Brandon Williams. Train goes. Dalot then goes as well. Oh my word. As soon as they come in, they go. Thiago Mendes goes to SCP for 1.9 million as well. Paddy McNair comes in from West Brom for 6.5. Norrington Davis from Sheffield United. Wolves again, Milosevic. And Derek Williams from Blackburn. Another Man United player, Dylan Levitt for 3.9 million. And they also bring Montero from Madrid. Thiago comes in on a free transfer and then he goes to 1.9. So they make a little bit of money. So maybe that's what they are doing, bringing players in and then sending them off straight away. Moving on a little bit further. And £53 million worth of talent go. Jack Jenkins goes for 28.5 million. Norrington Davis goes for 8 million. Milosevic goes for 6.5. So again, they're bringing players in and then sending them on, hopefully at a profit. A couple of more players. Mengi comes from Manchester United, which is quite surprising. Mengi is a really up and coming star for United at the moment, and they bring him in. Do they sell him? Dylan Levitt went on the free and sent to Paddy McNair. They bring them guys in and then let him go straight away. Amazing. We'll see how Mengi does as well. But that's quite surprising. A lot of loanies as well. Any other standout? £40 million let go this time. Who do they? Mengi goes for 28.5 million. What did we say? What did we say? They bring him in and let him go. I mean, how much did they spend? Just out of interest again. Mengi, 12.5. So they double his money with a little bit of ease. So if somebody comes in, obviously they're going to do it, aren't they? He goes to Newcastle. There's no other guys there that I'm not so sure of the names, but £37.5 million spent. Then let's see who they bring in. Sonny Perkins, Jack Evans, Peter Duffy. Yeah, a lot of players that me personally I don't know. A Man City player there. I'm sure some of these are probably regens by now, but I couldn't be 100%. Following season, the spending's coming right down. I'm assuming they're hitting the Football League by now. £11 million spent, most of it coming on Javier Montero. Sonny Perkins, he goes for £3.4 million, so they bring him in and then let him go. £32 million spent, £15 million on Ross Sykes at Charlton, and Jamie Fernandez at Newcastle as well. Nobody really of note who goes. Is any of these that we just saw in the coming in from that? There's the Man City player, I think it is Aguilar. He goes $6 million there. So £49 million spent this time. Gomez from Cardiff, $20 million. Sheffield United played for 13 up to 17 million. Stannard from Portsmouth. Anybody really? Michael Craig from Nottingham Forest. Luke Chambers at Liverpool, £55,000. We're almost at the Premiership at this point. I think we're about a season or two behind. Yeah, we're about. So this is a Championship season. They spend 107 million, so obviously they want to get out of there very, very quickly. And a lot of spenders. 15 million there. Garut from PSG. Bremer Bar from Liverpool. Left winger. Did he have any impact at all? Not much. Good ratings, I guess, but not that much. Mick Boney at Liverpool. Martinelli at Watford. Gabriel, is he winger forward, I guess? Did he score any goals? Not an awful lot, so not that really impressive. But they let go of £35 million worth of talent. Who did they let? Luke Chambers. Sierra Alta. Boonen, Villa, and again, some of these players you may not know. Maybe regens, may not be, but yeah. You can say the spending comes down a little bit, but that initial surge there to get into the Premiership. And then Premiership season, they spend 11 million. Obviously had no money left. Juarez from Inter. Wilson Esbrand, I'm sure he was an ex-Man City player. A youth product. He was down here. He played 28 games. Left back, was he? Yeah, he is. I've had him in some of my saves, actually. He's a pretty damn good player. £1.9 million gone. Mainly on Lee Fitzgerald. Right, okay, that is pretty much the transfers. Current squad then. Let's have a quick look. Let's do it by position then. Do we know any of these players? Maybe not. There's a Gomez. He's still there. He's I think he's a regen. How long's he been there? Just a couple of seasons though, so not doing too bad. Any names that really stand out? Esbrand, apart from him. Martinelli. Yeah, it's a whole new side, isn't it? It's a whole different side, and you can see why they struggled a little bit. Wages wise, £57,000 a week. It's not an awful lot though. Current club managers then. So let's have a look at the managers, and it is Brendan Rodgers. He's still there. 8 league wins and 11 cup wins. So he's done really well. 11 years into the job. And he's just going to get his first relegation, which is a real shame, but can't be helped. 80% of his matches won. 461 games won. 47 games drawn. 68 games lost. The majority of them losses coming in the Premiership, unfortunately. And then just to finish things off, let's just have a look at the stats, team detailed. And again, it's something we have looked at, all of them. So if you look at the salary, and that is why Leicester are relegated. £35 million annual salary when you compare to the likes of Chelsea, Man City, Man United in the 200 millions. It's a big, big difference. Brighton on 50. So there's a massive difference, £15 million difference, which is a real shame. But that's the way it goes. So Leicester go down with Norwich and West Ham. So finally we look at the table like we mentioned right at the beginning. Leicester finished in joint second. So the winners of this experiment so far, if anybody wants to see another one of the other Premiership teams do a tier 10 to the Premiership, then do let me know. We'll put them on the table. But in the current 7, Spurs win it with 9 titles out of 9 seasons to get to the Premiership, followed by Chelsea, Leicester, and then Liverpool, or 9 seasons, 8 wins. So they're all joint second. United on their own in 5th with 7 titles in 9. Then we have Arsenal with 9 titles in 10. And then Man City, the surprise package is Man City. 7 titles in 11 seasons. It's taken them 11 seasons to get to the Premiership. That is a shock and a half. I really didn't expect that. If you did enjoy this experiment, then please drop a like on the video. hit that subscribe button as well. Stay tuned for more experiments. And like I say, if you want any more experiments like this, let me know what team you want to see from tier 10. See if they can get to the Premiership and how long it will take them, how many titles. Then drop their name in the comments below. But this little experiment is coming to a close. There will be more in the pipeline. Or if there's any other experiments you would like me to undertake, then please let me know again in the comments. But for now, I'm going to leave you with this little table. Tottenham are top of the bill. Surprisingly, Man City bottom. That's a big surprise. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, folks. Bye bye for now.